What up, my beautiful people? It is your girl, Princess Jathiyah, here with Splits and another message, S.P.L.I.T. Spiritual, positive, loving individuals together. And I'm so happy to have you here with me. All right, my beautiful people, this here is going to be a general reading for the collective. What up, my loves? All right, we have one flop out here. We got here Gemini. So I guess Gemini will be highly aspected in this reading. It could be for a Gemini, but Gemini represents, networking, coming together. Represents communication and overall thought, also having two thoughts, especially with the two butterflies being here. Like you can have more than one rebirth or something like that. I don't know why that came up. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have here fixed. So the fixed signs, I believe that's Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. And then we have here stability, persistence, loyalty, and dependability. All right. And that's in reverse. So it seems like there's an energy that doesn't want someone to be loyal, stable, persistent, and dependable. All right. We have here conjunction. All right. A union, merging, and coming together, because of course, when you don't have any of those things that we just named, you're not able to create a union, whether it's with God, whether it's with a person, whether it's with your career, your dreams, all of that. You have to be dependable. We realize that as the collective, we got to be disciplined. All right. So let's get right into this. OK, let's start off with the tarot. Let's start it off at the cut. We have the King of Swords here in the reverse and the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so maybe somebody decided not to network with someone or not take some sort of opportunity from a King of Swords in reverse. And energy, King of Swords in reverse energy is narcissism. It doesn't always have to be, please, never, everybody's not a narcissist, but it could represent that. But then it also could represent a person that just lies a lot, that crooks, that schemes, and does it well. Okay, they do it well. All right. And they're not good at communicating. Their communication style is very hostile. Okay, I'm getting that too. So whoever that King of Swords is, and like I said, it doesn't have to be one specific person. It could be that's the energy. So if one specific person is holding that energy, okay, but it could be a group of people. It could be an establishment. It could be anything. So let's see. We got the Four of Wands here. There's a celebration of Devil card in reverse of someone letting go of toxic energy or bad behaviors. Okay, there's definitely some sort of celebration, or this is how you set a good foundation when you release that obsession. Okay, all right, let's see what we get here. Ooh, okay. So we have here the 10 of Cups here. All right. And then the Hanged One or the Hangman in the reverse. Those 10 of Cups is in reverse and the Hangman is in reverse. First two cards starting out. And I got a card earlier. I got a card earlier before I started the video. It says there are family/people who want to truly heal themselves. But then I cut the deck of this same deck and it said trickery. So there are going to be people that are going to try to network with you or learn from you or say that they want to learn how to be better towards you or just learn. Learn from you. That's all I can get. Yeah. With the Emperor, when it comes to you being a boss, when it comes to you actually standing up for yourself, when it comes to you making good choices for you, and making those hard choices, man. Listen, people underestimate those hard choices when two choices could be good or two choices could be bad, but those are the ones that you have, and you have to really make an assessment of your morals and what you stand for. It cannot be based on just benefit. It has to be it's because there's so many different things in the world that could benefit you. You can learn from anywhere in the world or any situation in the world, but are you going to learn that same lesson? Are you going to continue to learn the same things? Are you going to continue to have to deal with the same oppression before you realize that you deserve better? Stuff like that. So, going on a rant, and Gemini is all about, like I said, communication and talking. So let's keep going. So this could be about toxic family members. Okay. Or family members that just haven't healed. Okay. People that just doesn't make you happy, or somebody just doesn't want you to for you to be happy. With the Hangman and in the reverse, it could talk about pausing, like a major pause, or being influenced. Okay. or having some grand revelation. All right, we have the Nine of Pentacles in the upright up next. What's next? Okay, the Sun card wants to fall on the Nine of Pentacles. Like it just, I'm gonna leave it there. So there are people that are recognizing your independence. It's like shining bright. All right, shining bright like a diamond. All right, I love Rihanna. We should have known we weren't gonna get no more music. So 5:27 on the clock. But anyway, so we got the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Okay. All right, let's keep going. All right, so it wanted to fall here. I'm going to place it here. The Eight of Swords, the Justice card is what I saw first in the reverse under the Knights of Wands, and then the Eight of Swords in the upright here. Yeah, like reckless energy, like doing reckless things that imbalance you. Like it just traps you. It just traps you, but somebody's moving on from that with the Six of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, Hierophant, staying committed to commitments or education or learning or, seeking a higher power or higher knowledge, okay? Or maybe walking away from some sort of institution, who knows, okay? Or like a business or something like that. If you're walking away or you're moving on to calmer waters, yeah, Chariot card. Somebody's pressing forward. Okay, with the Star card in the reverse, but somebody doesn't want it's like an energy that is projected onto you or someone to not have hope, that you're not going to receive some sort of wish fulfillment, or to be sickly in the heart or the mind. With the Eight of Cups in the reverse, when it comes to not walking away. And you know what? A lot of other people may feel like this. They feel like maybe they should have walked away from certain things and they didn't. And they didn't go after their wish fulfillment. They didn't go after, healing, and just just believing in themselves. Okay. Three of Cups here at the cut. That could represent celebration. That could represent gatherings, reconciliation. So yeah, there are people that want to reconcile with you, and they're going to find different ways or try different ways to try to get back in your energy. So let's keep that Star card right there as the overall energy. And then no, I don't want these. What do I want? What do I want? They're behind me. Okay. Let's see, you guys. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we're going to go with the Kipper. And we cut the deck at Great Fortune. That's beautiful. All right. I hope everybody's doing well. And if you're digging the vibe, go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell notification so that way you can be notified whenever I do post, you guys, okay? And now if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, my people. I appreciate y'all. We at over 900, you guys. So we're trying to get to that 1,000. I'm trying to get there, I want to get there. Okay. I want us to get there, because the sooner as we get to 1,000 to 2,000, it gets easier for people to, see certain videos, and then the channel just starts to grow. But, I realize too, patience is so important, my beautiful people. You got to put in that work. Right now I'm at 600 and some odd videos, and where I want to be, we got to put in some more work. I did the numbers, and we got to put in that work, my beautiful people. So that's what this year is about. That's what this time is about. Whatever you got going on in your life, put in that work. Okay. Don't be scared to put in that work. All right, let's go with the Ten of Cups and the Hangman in reverse. Okay, courthouse. Okay, this could be like actual court or judgment. Like this is like the Judgment card. Okay, with despair in the reverse. Okay, despair in the reverse is good. Not hiring in the reverse. Maybe somebody didn't take a job because they're not in despair, or somebody didn't lose something that someone thought that they were going to lose. Yeah. And we had theft in the back of the doggone deck. Yeah, so somebody tried to steal something from someone, and the person, whatever they tried to steal, they're still not in despair. When it comes to somebody's gift or purpose, it says your purpose, gift in the reverse. Somebody tried to steal somebody's gifts, and it's not even about steal your gifts. It could just literally be like waste your time. Like, so if somebody tries to come into your energy or in your life, and or an old energy, old job, old opportunities, things that you said no to before, or whatever the case may be, If it tries to come back into your energy and you get started with again, guess what? It's a waste of time, because eventually, like I said, and that's why I said learning the same lessons. It's all tying together. So it's like somebody here, could be you, is deciding not to learn the same lessons. You're deciding to just move forward with the Chariot card. So when it comes to some sort of judgment here, I want to clarify this because somebody tried to steal. So let's see. Hold on. Theft. What was someone trying to steal? All right. So that fell right there. So we're going to leave that there. It says someone is surprised by what you know. And then we have here literally locked up. So somebody's literally locked up. Or maybe you said something about somebody being locked up, or somebody was surprised that you knew that they have gotten locked up before, or something like, I don't know. It's something in regards to that. And then when it fell over here, it says they have a lot of respect for you. So somebody has a lot of respect for you. With the Knight of Wands in reverse, that gives player energy, that gives in and out, very reckless, angry type of energy, don't know how to communicate, don't know how to express their feelings, always starting things but never finishing them. With the Eight of Swords here, entrapment and Justice card in reverse. So somebody so whoever this is, they're starting to have respect for you because that's probably the energy that they're still embodying. We got here illegal activity. You've learned so much. So maybe it's because and it could be both. It could be like somebody. I just got 4 different scenarios, and I'm not gonna name them all because it's we're all here. Everybody's dealing with something different. But you may have learned about somebody's illegal activity. You may have and then it's not just, I don't think it's just illegal activity in like in real life, even though it said literal lockup, but it's some sort of, no, my angel's no. It is some sort of illegal activity. It's like real illegal activity. You knew about something that has happened that somebody's going to court for at this moment. Something is being held up, or something is being held up in court. All right, let's see. What's the Ten of Cups and the Hangman here? Friendships, okay. And then this fell on this. Okay, so we have here, there's energy that want you to fall back into your bad habits. Excuse me. And it says they are upset that you are gaining supporters / followers, or that your business is still growing, or even your growth altogether. Keep going. Okay. And that fell right on the Nine of Pentacles and the Sun card. And it says energies are trying to change up the situation or story to confuse you. That's what I was getting. That's why I kept going back and forth. So there's some sort of energy that wants to go back and forth with me. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. All right, this is a little concoction I have. To spray, because you can't smoke all the time, but and that's what and that's another thing too, my beautiful people. We need to have multiple ways of protecting ourselves. 1333, when I said that, jeez, we need to have multiple ways of protecting ourselves. We have the first way, of course, is prayer and meditation to see what is going on around us. The second way is, for me, is health, taking care of your health. And the third way is the outside elements, whether you use stones, whether you use grass, herbs, anything, what I'm saying? Those are those are the other elements that you can use, because they all have codes. Everything that we have, everything I touch is a code, because somebody created this with their imagination or with their creative abilities, and it created a code. So when you touch it, or when you look at it, and when you realize what it's supposed to do, and you say and you place intention over what it's supposed to do, your mind will always register what it's for, and then you give it purpose. we are, spiritual beings that have a lot of power, and we give things life. That's why it's important for us to watch what we give life because everything has a code. So it's not about the power of the actual item, it's the power of what you give it. So, it's important for us to have many different things, many different ways to protect ourselves, to make sure that we are following the right way. Okay. And then illegal activity wanted to come out, and it fell right here on the justice card in reverse. It was like right there on the spot. So, and justice card in reverse talks about the legal system. And the Eight of Swords. Dang, somebody really got locked up though. Like what? Somebody was arrested or something like that. We got friendship here. So this could be about friendships. Ten of Cups in reverse. Old friends that maybe you used to call family, or that y'all used to break bread together. I get the Ten of Cups now as breaking bread as well. Because it doesn't always have to be direct family. It could just be people that you just used to, really have close to you, that made you really happy. We have here traveling in the mind at the bottom of the deck. And then it says the goal is to get you around certain people that don't align with your morals or beliefs, so that you slowly start to compromise them. That's the goal, whether this is the goal of the devil or the goal of people that are jealous. So it just all depends. Okay. We have here tarot/spiritualist community, and then dream visitor. So maybe some of you have had some dreams, some wonky dreams lately, or you've had some visitors or something. Oh, I'm getting something else. Okay. All right. I ain't going to talk about that though, but I am getting something else. Okay. We got a toxic work family, and then we have here toxic adopted family. So it's something dealing with family. Okay. It's some friendships, like, people that are close to you. Okay. It says people are gossiping about the past you and how they felt like you weren't winning back then. Now it's hard not to see the blessings and hard work in your life. Okay. Good job, collective. Good job. Good job. Good job. All right. So all of these cards are coming out today. So I'm going to put all these back because we understand what it is. And so that way we can have a clear vision. So now as we move forward, so somebody tried to take something from someone, and then it just turned out that somebody ended up not being in despair after all. Okay. This is your community or people you network with. Okay. All right. So what's the Nine of Pentacles and the Sun card, please? Okay. This wants to still go over there. Okay. All right. Yeah. So someone you've known for at least 3 months. So it's a short-term friendship. So it's a short-term type of situation. Okay. And it doesn't necessarily have to be 3 months. It could be a year, but it's like something like where it's not really developed. Okay. Something is not really developed all the way. So, yeah, we got here imprisonment. So there really may be about like this. There may be something about somebody getting locked up. We got courtship that wanted to fall on the justice in reverse. And remember, illegal activity fell on the justice in reverse. That's why I'm saying, like, it's giving energetic lockup. Like, even though it said that literal, like, it's giving energetic lockup, because I have to be practical in the mind. I gotta see beyond, but I also have to understand how things work here on earth. Okay. We got here journey at the bottom of the deck, and marriage. So somebody's staying committed to some sort of journey. And yeah, because there are other people that are locked up with like certain courtships and certain relationships. Yeah, lovers here. When it comes to lovers, okay. Can I get the Nine of Pentacles and the Sun card, please? Can we? Okay, pathway. So, okay, I'm gonna leave that there. So we got her pathway when it comes to the Nine of Pentacles and the Sun card. And then what is this? We have here counselor, lawyer, police, service leader. So it's somebody's going in the right direction. So if you're any of those, like if you're trying to help people, it doesn't matter what it is. If you're trying to help people, or any type of service that you do and it helps people, you're going in the right direction by staying independent in it and doing your own thing with the Sun card. Okay. And then something right here, either somebody wants you to be concerned or someone else is concerned by your forward movement. Yeah, with journey here. Somebody's concerned about you staying on this journey. What's this? Knight of Wands in the reverse, and then the Justice card. Oh, I'm not gonna touch it again. Let me stop. they said, why you move that card? Put it back. Well, this time it's in the reverse. Okay, y'all don't have to get all testy with me. Okay, I can feel you. I can feel. So courtships in reverse. That's what this section is all about. It's about being in courtships that aren't there, that don't balance you, that don't provide, healing. Yeah. With family room in the reverse. There's a lot of gossip going on in regards to somebody's forward movement. Imprisonment here. So okay, I'm not gonna get stuck on that. We're gonna keep going. I did want to clarify this Chariot card here. Four of Swords. So somebody is moving swiftly towards rest, towards meditation, towards thinking things through. This also gives patience as well. Prayer. So this card, actual 3D money. That's what fell out over here. Actual 3D money. We have here spiritual lockup and then change in reverse. So somebody's been spiritually locked up. So that's what I'm saying. Like I said, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so animated today. Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah. So actual 3D money is coming towards someone due to them charging ahead instead of getting into certain relationships, courtships, networks, with people that may have placed an imbalance in their energy. Yeah, lovers. It's something about lovers. Charity, refund, winning. Okay. All right. Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Situations that aren't equal give and takes. People that will take from you. People that will steal from you. Yeah, Tower card in reverse. It'll be a situation where it's like them always coming towards you when they're trying to avoid some sort of tower moment. When they are like, if they just broke up with somebody, or and it could be like a friend. Like I said, friendships here. It's someone recent. There's someone recent here. They may have broken up with somebody that that you just met or something like that. You've chosen to stay independent. Okay. You chose, like, it seems like you, like, whoever you are, if this ain't you with somebody, baby, this is not your message. You on this angle here. And there's nothing wrong with people that's in relationships. If you are in a healthy relationship, please, by all means, I send blessings, nothing but love and peace and harmony in your relationship. Okay. But if you are a person that is tied to a person and you just can't seem to get right, and it's always a distraction, it's always something going on in your relationship, and it's very toxic, and it's very it's non-healing, there's no communication, there's no groundwork and discipline and stability and persistence and all that, whatever. And this could just be about not just about boyfriend and girlfriend, but it could be about certain companies that you choose to work for, if you choose to be independent. So like, if you come here and you feel like you got a healthy relationship, so then it must be something about in regards to your work. So take it how it resonates. And I am going to clarify what this is about, okay, a little bit more. But we do have like a person over here that's supposed to be like a friend to you that you haven't got close to just yet, is making some sort of judgment towards you and how you move. And based on how you move, you're moving independently. And this person has found, like, somebody broke up with somebody has broken up or separated, or there's been some sort of reckless action, and now somebody's in this Eight of Swords energy. Or they're just a bunch of people that are in this Eight of Swords energy and realize that when you charge ahead through healing, and my phone just went off, it's 12:12 on the clock, okay, through healing, this is where you get the actual opportunities, like the where things start to manifest in like 3D. So let's see. This is about spiritual healing. So this is about spiritual healing. And that's why it went off based on Lisa. So when you charge ahead towards healing, rather just trying to be in relationships or around other people that may not benefit you, it really does, better your life. And I don't want to sound like we can't be around other people, but my beautiful people, like, you're telling yourself what you deserve when you stay around people that will not do the work for themselves. 2511 when I said that. And I recently listened to somebody, I'm not going to say her name, but I recently listened to somebody, she's a therapist, and she was telling, certain people about how, like, if you feel like you have to get away from everybody or, to protect your peace is not something to be protected. I really disagree with that. I feel like it is our job to protect our spaces, because God must reside within. And if our spaces are always chaotic, we don't never really have time to actually listen to God. And I see that based on her perspective, she's only saying it from a perspective of fact. She's not saying it from a perspective of spirituality or connecting to a higher power. But when you are connecting to a higher power and you know what spiritual warfare really is, baby, you better protect your peace. And protecting your peace is learning your lessons, because when you learn certain behavioral patterns from other people and how they treat you and how things go and how things have, you start to say, you know what? No. I don't want to be involved in this because, like I don't have that. I don't have what you need, which is that old way of thinking that I can just accept whatever, that I can just do whatever and I can still live a peaceful life. And that's not true. And I know I wanted it to be true. 2637 when I said that, I think, yeah. I wanted to, or 20, whatever. I wanted it to be true for myself. It's kind of like whenever you go towards God or when you go towards spirituality and trying to get your life together, but then you still listening to music that's talking about killing, stealing, drugging, all kinds of different things. I get it. I still love me some Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla. Okay. I feel like they empower us to not just be, sexual items, confirmation, but they also, like, if you can listen to what they're saying, it's basically to say, like, I don't need outside validation, whether it's coming from a man or not. It doesn't matter. Like, they do, like, they be saying hardcore stuff, but it's like I don't need outside validation. So whenever I listen to songs, I have to transmute the energy. I got to make sure the songs that I'm listening to or music that I'm listening to is actually like helping me to grow, not keeping me stuck. So even some songs, when I listen to the lyrics, I'm like, oh no, that's a pastime. Even though I might listen to that artist, some songs I just can't listen to. And it's the same thing with everything else. Like, and when she said what she said, I was like, man, her house must be dirty. And I just say that to be joking, to joke around, because at the end of the day, you say you don't have to protect your peace, but baby, where you live, right? If your surroundings got ish on the wall, like literal ish on the wall, and you can smell it, and then your kids, then like you got everything all on the floor and stuff. Nobody ever wants to go home to that. And I know there's some people that are probably going to listen to this and be like, man, my kids be doing the same thing. And then they be like, man, it'd be tough coming home. It is tough. So it's the same thing. Your mind is just like that. So if you constantly allow people to dump all of their trash in your mind, dump all of their ish around your spirit, 2828, how are you going to, move forward and grow? Like, how are you going to grow from what you need to grow from? So, I get from, like I said, from a educational standpoint where she was coming from, but based on like the way I live my life, you can't have both ways, and I know I'm ranting, but I gotta say this last thing. If you don't believe me, read the Bible. Okay, I know everybody don't read the Bible, but just think about the idea of Jesus. Okay, Jesus died, right, for our sins? Or did Jesus die because of our sins? And we were supposed to pay attention to what we did to him, and it was supposed to convict us always. His story was supposed to always help us to understand that that is unacceptable. That behavior, what did we do? Why did we do that? But you have to understand, Jesus had an opportunity to walk away from his disciples. He even told his disciples that one of you will betray me, and he knew it, but he still stuck around. But that's why he was so saddened, I believe, because God literally told him, I need you to do this. You're the son that I need to sacrifice, because these people don't understand what they do. They really don't. They're really out here scheming and scamming and betraying each other from left and right. But you are the one that is good and pure and everything that's representation of what we could be. And you need to let him betray you, because the story of your life is going to help others to understand what not to do. Jesus was around certain people that weren't always, on his level. And what happened to him? He ended up being betrayed. So it's like, yes, can you go around certain people and help them and try to help them to understand the goodness of God? Yes, you can. Absolutely. But when you immerse yourself in their midst and hang out with them all the time, and that's all you do, and it will get to a point where they know your patterns, they know where you are, they know everything about you, and then they can betray you. So there's nothing wrong with helping people, but once you allow people in your circle, in your camp, it sets a different tone. So I just and I know, like, and I feel so bad, like, if that Jesus, I be feeling bad, because man, he was betrayed by the people he was literally having around him, and he was showing them the way and showing the goodness of God, and and one of them still betrayed him. And it's not all of them, no, but at the end of the day, he knew one of them would. So what you got to do? You got to get away from that. So when God shows you that somebody is willing to betray you, or somebody that is willing to just use you for their own benefits, it is your job as people to remove ourselves from the toxic energy, so that way we can create more peace in the world. So that is the message that I have for you, my beautiful people. I don't know if this resonated, whether you have someone new in your life or you met a new friend or something like that, but whoever this person is, they're in an energy of just trying to learn from you. But at the end of the day, there's some sort of trickery here, because they're being used. They're being used to get close to you and to drag you down in whatever way that is. So just be careful about who you allow in your camp, okay? So remember, trust yourself, trust the Lord, and everything is going to continue to work out just fine. I thank you so much for watching. I love you. Bye.